Day daily gapper trade review. We're looking at SNSS. All right, so it had some news this morning and was kind of moving higher from yesterday's um, close. So let's do some technical analysis. First of all, on the 1 year, 1 day, this thing had overhead supply, so we were going to be a bit more cautious here. First to place our resistance lines on the daily. We want to find places where the trend was pushed down hard. It looks like 657s. Yeah, 650s areas. Maybe. That's it really. I mean, it's not going to get much higher than these levels. So that's all we can do on that for that time frame. Now we'll pull back in. I like to look at the 1 day, 2 minute. It helps me kind of. I have trouble selling. I have trouble selling my winners. So a lot of the times, maybe we're sitting in here and it's downtrending or something, and say I'm going in to buy this dip or something, and I'm right in here and I'm kind of panicking. I'm like, oh God, is it gonna go red? Is it blah blah blah? Is this a good entry? Even though I do have a plan, I like the 2 minute because it keeps my emotions as calm as possible, and that's the whole thing. Is like if you can keep your emotions calm, it's inevitable that you'll succeed. So zoom out, start putting some trend lines here. Probably start here like that or something. So you wanted to see it to hold that pre-market trend line. So you just draw whatever you can here. Let's say it's early morning. We're looking at these levels. It looks like it broke up and out of that, but it struggled through here. So we'll draw that out. And then we just wanted to hold this trend line. Yeah, for the opening bell. So now we're gonna come way in here because this took about an hour to form this entire move. So as it comes out of the gate, nice candle right here. Indecision in the market, not much of a sell-off. Luckily, the good thing about this is that lower trend line that we just drew was pretty much the opening price. So we wanted to see it bounce off of here, and it did, which is great. It had lower volume, so it really wasn't on watch until it makes that first move. And then you're looking for the ABCD pattern. Now, if you look at this from further out, it kind of looks like more of an ascending triangle where we would want to buy. Didn't see that before, but so anyways, it makes this first move, gains volume right here. It starts ramping up on volume, and then the first pullback is where we want to enter. Now from this already, we already have a pullback here, which is even better because now we can draw our first trend line, right? Hit this low and then hit this one. It bounces off 4 times, 4 candles, which is great. So we want to see it hold that line. Now, however, we do have view up to create a trend line off of. So if we wanted even shorter time frame, we could even place this one right here. I mean, before this move happened, you're going to be looking at this kind of area, like right here. So you're like, okay, well, it created a trend line here. We want to see it hold that. And since it blows way past there and then bounces off VWAP, this would be a potential first entry off of this because it has moved up so much that it gained so much volume that like this would be a great dip add. And of course, it's hitting that lower trend line or that trend line, and it's also hitting VWAP, which is great. That we want to see that. You're gonna go heavier on your position sizing if it does that. So now from here, you're going to be trying to buy the first kind of inference that it's going to be sloping in volume, and then your price target will probably be about this high. So now you're going to draw out this high over here. You're also going to draw out this support right here. That's where you wanted to find support if it ends up coming down. And it pushes up and ends up getting up to around 658. You're buying, if you bought this first dip right here, you're taking profits up in here. And then of course you want to see after it makes that new high. Here's the higher highs. You want to see it come down and retest again for that dip buy, and of course it comes straight down to VWAP. It breaks that upper trend line, but that was a steep one. If you zoom out, I mean, this is a straight vertical move from the morning, and so it comes down, holds the trend line, and then kind of reconsolidates through here. Now this is when you kind of have to have diamond hands. If you bought it off this bottom around here around 610s, you're probably golden because your risk is only 592. I mean, you got 10 cents on the downside, but in reality, if you're up here in the sixes, you're looking for that high. So you want to at least trim half right here. That's 657. That's good risk reward. So blah, you're in. It's getting volume back in. Maybe you're up in here. Boom, breaks that high, and then sets in another one. And at this point, if you already missed these two moves, by the way, are on, it's creating an ascending triangle, which I did not see before. And it's funny, when you don't think about things, you don't see them as well. So if you bought this dip, you're sitting in here and you're like, okay, well, now it's got an ascending triangle, so this is even more bullish than what you were thinking. You're thinking you're just going to dip by the trend line. Breaks out of there, makes a new high. And then on this third one, you're going to be a little more cautious. You usually want to buy the first or the second. Second's usually the best because you've got confirmation of a first move. You've got confirmation that buyers are here. And yeah, the best buy would have been right here, in my opinion. And you have confirmation from scalp. And then, okay, so it makes a new high. Comes down pretty hard. That's pretty high volume indecision in the market. It looks like this wick tried to push for new highs, got denied hard. So that's already your first sign to get out, is when it double tops like this. Right here and then over here. Double top like that and pushes down through. And then now if you're still looking at it, this would have been the ad spot, okay? But it's pushing down with such high volume and breaks straight through that you're like, okay, I'm not even gonna consider this a good play anymore, because one, it broke VWAP, two, it broke this previous high, so it's not gonna make any higher lows, and three, it broke this trend line. So this is just bearish from here. This is like off my radar type play. But there's a few opportunities here, so that's just what I see. All right.